Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 5th of January 2020. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to shuffle the cards and tune into the day's energy. Let's see what Sunday the 5th is going to be about, how we can use it, the day's energy to our advantage, and how we can make the most of the energy that we get. So let's have a look. And also, what's the basic nature of the day? Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be full of joy? Is it something that's fundamentally challenging? Let's have a look. So I'm not doing reversals. I'm being told not to use those today. The stag. And that's what's so wonderful about these divination systems. They talk to you in a way. So flex your intuitive muscle by going to a psychic development group, a mediumship circle. If you're interested in the tarot cards, because the intuition is like anything else on this planet. You have to work at it to strengthen it. Also, what really took my path or my journey forward really in an amazing way was picking up the tarot cards, because every time I touch the tarot cards or I work with them, my energy goes up, my vibration goes up, and so did Reiki. That really helped me. Becoming a Reiki master really helped me with this healing spiritual energy, which I didn't have access to before. So take my tarot course on the website. It's really, really cheap. I've priced it at £17 because I want everyone to be able to read the tarot. And for beginners, use the Rider-Waite deck to start out with. So here we've got the Five of Cups. Then we have the Stag, which is strength. And then we have the Four of Bows, which is a celebration and a wedding. It's the Four of Wands. So the Five of Vessels is the Five of Cups. And we had that yesterday. The Five of Cups yesterday was this young man sitting there, and he had 2 cups up here and 3 cups down here, which he was mourning. And yesterday was about picking yourself up, dusting yourself off and getting going again. Today you've got the same thing, but you've learned that instead of mourning the 3 cups that are gone, you get all 5 of them back. You make your own magic with it. She's got this pentagram drawn here, and she's dancing within this pentagram and creating her own magic out of what is. So her perspective is, I don't care if things are taken from me and what I've got. What I really have is me. I am naturally connected to all of these stars. I have the ecstasy and the power within me, and I do not look at things in the world as, oh, I lost and I won and there I'm safe, because I don't have any guarantees on any of those things. I'm renting this body, for goodness sake. So even if you own things on planet Earth, we don't really own them. We're just renting things until we leave. And she has understood that. Looking at the positive is essential, that this whole Five of Vessels doesn't just have to be a perspective card. Once you have chosen to be positive over the negative a couple of times, it starts to become a pattern, because when you think along the same ways after a while, as humans, we get used to anything. And if you're constantly saying, okay, I'm not going to look at the bad stuff, I'm going to focus on the positive, and I'm going to use what I've got to create the best life that I have. When you practice that every day, you get better and better at it. And when you have circumstances that are less than perfect and other people would despair and say, oh goodness, how am I going to get out of that? You will have been there before, done that before, and you will be able to be in a state of ecstasy, because you realize that the perspectives don't matter, that when you remember that you are the thing that created the cups and filled the cups in the first place, And it's when you feel good and ecstatic about things, about the universe, about the world, that's when these start to glow and come alive, and they fill themselves through this magic that she's creating. So the Five of Vessels is freedom from your negative perspective. Your freedom from a positive perspective that is blinkered and small. It's seeing your true power for what it is, and that you have total control over these cups. That's really interesting because that's a theme in the lunar eclipse that we have coming up on the 10th of January. I've made a video on that. Have a look. It's an eclipse, so it lasts 6 months, and this is very apt. The next card is also about power. It's 8, and it's the stag. And he is a warrior. He's got... By the way, did you know that the stags shed these horns every year? I learned this when I was on holiday. Every year they lose that, they drop it, and grow new ones. I just thought that the amount of physical energy that must go into growing these horns, they must have so much power, and they do. Here he has an axe, which, I mean, is associated with barbarian kind of battle. And he has a shield, obviously with nature shielding him. It's his physical strength, what he has been given, that he's naturally someone who's strong. He doesn't have to go to the gym and take protein shakes and steroids to get in shape. He is someone who's born with a great physicality and someone who is destined to be strong. In every community we have someone who is extremely gregarious and someone who can sing and is outgoing. Every community we're going to have someone who's a loner. We're going to have someone who is the protector, the builder, the mother. You know, these are all archetypes that we have in the cards because they're reflected in life. So this is at the center, and the Four of Bows is the Four of Wands. It's a wedding, it's a celebration, it's having fun. They're in a bonfire here, or around a bonfire. They're having so much fun that we don't know where the fire begins and the fire stops. None of them are in danger, but Wands is about feeling the fire of life. And getting and dancing and allowing yourself to get so worked up and happy that you get yourself into this state of ecstasy. So the one thing you can rely on is your strength to get things done. If you've struggled to get things done, if you've been playing catch up since the beginning of the year, you have the power, first of all, to ground yourself and to do things that require concentration and that are slow and that you really have to dedicate yourself to. You realize that this isn't some sort of ordeal, because once you do it, once you are productive today, you'll be able to celebrate that with other people at the end of the day. So you'll be able to treat yourself to something, or you'll just simply feel, oh, I've got that off my shoulders. I've got that off my back. I've taken something that could have gone either way, 50-50. And I've naturally, because I have this natural strength in me, I've said, oh, please, I am so beyond 50-50 right now. I know that I manifest my world, that when I'm in a positive, ecstatic state of happiness and I shed that energy or I exude that vibration, you raise yourself up and these start to glow. And what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to cry over spilt milk because you have the money to buy more milk. And in this case, you don't have to worry about your life circumstances because today you realize your own strength and your own divinity, how much power you have. And that she's doing this rain dance, this magic rain dance, maybe. For you, it may be simply dropping all of the rocks that you're carrying, just going and dancing around your flat and having a good time and just feeling the fire of life. Or if you haven't gone running in a while and that's the thing that makes you feel strong and that gives you ideas, go for a run. Whatever clears your mind and gets you back in touch with your body and a sense of the physical is strong, not as, oh, the flesh is weak and it's this burden. No, you have been put into your machine that is your body for a reason. Today, that body really supports you. Some days we feel terrible, some days we feel good, and doctors don't know exactly why. It could be hay fever, or it could be that you slept badly, or it could be inflammation. But other years you didn't have hay fever, and now you do, or maybe it's gone. We don't know about these things. And my take on it is that we do have this incredible mind-body connection, and especially people who watch this channel, because you're tuned into spiritual energies. So because you tune into this gift from the universe, which is power, you're like, hooray, I'm going to accept that gift, not just with grace and a big thank you. I'm going to celebrate that and embrace it and really love the gift that I've been given. And I'm going to share that gift with other people. I'm going to use my strength to create something beautiful that I can be proud of and that I'm going to be happy about. I can use my strength and my ability to transcend difficult circumstances, to overcome whatever obstacles are in the way today, and I can really be pleased with the outcome at the end of the day and feel this sense of, whew, the fight is over and I have won. It's done. So if you have things hanging over you that you haven't been able to do because you've been so busy, it's a Sunday, usually the day of rest, and when you recharge your batteries from the week, at least if you're working a 9-to-5 job, I always use Sunday to kind of recharge my batteries, because you can very easily get into a routine of, okay, Monday to Friday, Saturday is cleaning the house and doing the chores and the errands, and Sunday is rest. But no, Sunday today there's no need for rest, because you suddenly, ding, have this perspective that opens up. You see yourself as you truly are. And that is, again, I do have to refer to the lunar eclipse energy, because it's in 5 days and we're building up to it now. And if we're already sensing it 5 days before, then it's really, really powerful, and it does last for 6 months. So have a look at that video. And finally, what we're saying is today isn't just strength and power, it's using that strength and power in a practical way so that you can fill in forms, that you can visit the relative who you've been promising to visit but you've been putting off for ages. It's going to the other city and grabbing the bus so that you can go to your bank and apply for a savings account, whatever it is you want to do. Well, the bank will still be closed on a Sunday, but if it's filling in the forms to open the accounts and send it in, and you just despise forms and you can't face it, today you can face all of the practical things of this world: conflict with other people, filling in forms, running, showing your strength. And I mentioned Liz Taylor recently, but she said we have to transcend these things with, now's the time for grit and gall, something like that. And everyone loves a survivor, everyone loves a comeback story. And today, this is your own personal comeback, because the universe is saying, hey, we're going to give you so much energy that you can not just be bothered by these things. The things that you were worried about become laughable because you do them so easily. What takes 3 hours is just like, ding, I'm happy doing it and I'm enjoying doing it. And because you're in a positive place and you get things done, you just go from strength to strength to strength. And as the day goes on, morning, midday, evening, you go from transcendent and ecstatic of your circumstances to feeling even stronger, to feeling that this strength and joy needs to be shared with other people. And it's possible that in the evening you go to a huge party and it's a great success. So today, if you do anything practical, if you go out in nature, if you do the work that you haven't been able to do, if you celebrate with friends, all of those things are going to be really, really enjoyable and positive. So have an amazing day and celebrate and party. And don't just recharge your batteries, become ecstatic with joy. 5 and 8 is 13, and 4 is 17. 1 and 7 in numerology is 8. And that's what's at the center of this reading, like I said, the stag. 8 is power. And it's not intellectual power. It's not being street smart. This is the grunt kind of power of, I am a warrior. And if you don't do as I say, I'm going to hit you with my axe. It's really butch, macho energy, which we can tune into and use to our advantage to get things done instead of talking macho smack. So use your strength for good. Have an enjoyable, wonderful day. Please order your personal readings with me on the website, gregoryscott.com. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. If you have any questions about what you are supposed to do in 2020, what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, or whether you're compatible with someone else, or you want to check how you can get yourself out of a mess and use your own strength to really be happy again, what's coming up in living situations where you ought to live, I use astrocartography for that, what's destined and coming up in love and health and romance. If you have any questions like that, get in touch for a private reading with me. And you can order a regular reading or an urgent one if you need to speak to me quickly, or you can order an emergency one if you need to speak to me really, really, really quickly. So I'm always around. You can get in touch with me. Have a fab day. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and share the video online. And the last thing I wanted to mention is to draw up an astrology chart, I need a place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have your time of birth, then order a rectification on gregoryscott.com. That's a process where I work out your time of birth. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.